What's poppin', this boy Cassius Cuvée. Happy Good Friday. Getting ready for this 3-day weekend. I'm gonna be riding my own wave all weekend, y'all, just like I do on the charts. How many of y'all know this song? Cassius Cuvée track. Dropped it right before COVID, actually. I'm riding my own wave. Didn't know nothing about the momentum waves back then, y'all. Now I do.
My stones really be diamonds. I'm really in Caribbean islands, moving them things in silence.
What's poppin',
I don't know
in the
about
house?
you, but I've been pulling all nighters.
Just riding my own way, man, getting it started.
Ain't fucking with outsiders.
Throwback, man.
I
Dropped
don't
this
know
first
about
Cassius
you,
Cuvée
but
EP in
I've been blowing
2020,
the finest.
right before
Hoes calling me
COVID.
your highness. Wanna get touched by Midas, and I don't know about
Can you hear the
you,
music
but
all right? Hey,
I've
Black
been
Chick
getting
Cowboy
this
in the house.
cheddar.
What's poppin', y'all? Getting ready for this holiday weekend. So if you guys don't know,
and I don't know
the
about
stock
you,
market
but
was
I've
closed
been riding
today.
my own
So it's like a 3-day holiday in the U.S. stock market.
And I don't know about you, but I've been riding my own wave.
I jumped right on the chart and started trading. We're going to wait a little bit longer for some more people to join. I know some people told me they were going to join. I appreciate y'all for always tapping in on time, right on time. Check out the poll at the top.
About 22 keys in the back.
Just a quick, simple one. Are you trading this weekend or
in the
not?
back and remove what's trapped in the soil. Pull my niggas from the trap.
The song still bangs to me, man. It's so me, man. I do be riding my own wave, man.
My New York niggas saying Cali should
Okay, the background music's a little louder.
The law out here knows better than to jam that needle. It's no big deal to get caught with a gram of the diesel. I don't know about you, but I've been riding my own wave.
I know why, because it's on the TV. That's why. Now it should be lower. Now it should be lower. Right on, Ryan. Appreciate the feedback. We're going to turn down the music. We're just getting everybody warmed up anyways. This song's almost over. Right on, Ryan. Appreciate it. Man, who's trading this weekend? Leave it in the polls. We're about to get started here as this song plays out. Appreciate everybody for hopping in on time. You see your boy Cassius Cuvée. I like to be on time, man. Just like the trades. Got to be precise, man. It's precision is how I get entries like this. Okay? So that was this morning, and we're going to talk about this. I'm throwing just a little background music. This music should be quieter right here. So anyways, man, woke up at like 3 in the morning this morning, and I was like, okay, of course I look at the charts. 3:30, I'll call it. Something like that. And I was just like, virtual's doing this thing again. And I started to wonder, like, man, how many times can I trade the same ticker? Well, here's the thing, you guys. Trading the same ticker over and over again is sometimes a good idea. Let me just say this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you how I trade and my strategies and my approach to trading crypto and stocks and my look at the market. But everyone should have their own strategy. I like to help folks discover their own strategy. I like to focus on short-term trading, and I'll get into why. But basically, also, I got to say, I've got these affiliate links at the top. I am a partner with Phemex. So I've got my Phemex invite code where you get some bonuses if you use it to sign up. That's also how you can get free access to the Discord for 1 year. And Breakout Prop, that is a discount code. So sure, it's an affiliate link. For me, I get a small commission, but you guys get a discount every time you purchase a Breakout Prop evaluation. So now that that's out of the way. So I jumped in here in Breakout Prop. This is Breakout Prop, and as you can see, I like to have Bitcoin on one side and then whatever coin I'm trading on the other side. Now, I could trade Bitcoin. I prefer a little more volatility. That's just me. If you're newer, I suggest you start on Bitcoin, something that's not so crazy on the volatility. But in Breakout Prop, Bitcoin has 5x leverage built in, so it will still move fast. Maybe Phemex is better for you. So got 2 platforms I trade on. Those are the only 2 platforms I trade on, though. One is a prop firm, Breakout Prop. They give you $100,000 to trade with if you purchase an $800 evaluation. That's how that works. Or Phemex doesn't cost you anything. You just create an account, and then you deposit your crypto funds like that. That one's international. So anyways, I jumped on Breakout. Actually, no, let me take it back. I was in bed still. So I pulled up the Phemex app on my phone. And let's see if I can pull up. Well, I got Phemex here. I pulled up Phemex app on my phone. So let's see where this is. I'm on the 1 minute chart. And last night I traded it a few times. You guys, I swear to God, every time I get off the stream, I go over the whole scalping strategy with you guys, and then all of a sudden virtual wants to pump again, and I jump right into short again. I'm like, this keeps happening every single time. So I still had virtual pulled up again. And then this morning, I jumped on it again. Here, I guess. Here. Caught the top of this. It was a little in and out. Caught the top of this, though. Wrote it down here. And then I had to leave. Oh, I got out right here. Okay, so this is a nice move down. So then I had to leave. Okay, so this is what I want to show you, really. And then I did the same thing in the morning, too. I want to show you this, too. This is early in the morning. I won 2 trades in Breakout Prop. This is where I had the bigger money for the trades. So I got in early here on this pump. And then look how I caught the top right here. I only got out right here because it was a quick move. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I could have stayed longer. I was actually kind of trading counter trend because the 1 hour was not showing me a green dot. So really, I should have been going long instead of short. If you guys are new here, my scalping strategy requires me to look down here at Market Cipher B, which is down here. And I'm looking for green means you're going long, red means you're going short, okay? So really, I should have been going long because it was a green dot. But on the 10-minute, I seen a lot of pump action, and I decided to get in. Now, according to the thumbnail, right, I'm going to tell you I'm trading on the weekend. On the weekend, I think that this weekend is going to be kind of unpredictable like last weekend, all right? Now, if you remember, last weekend, we had all that wacky price movement. On Saturday, it shot up in the morning, and then somebody called it out. It was Andrew, Blockchain Cowboy. Somebody called it out. I was like, yeah, probably be dumping by the end, by the end, right? Sure enough, it came and it dumped, and we won those trades big time. I was in Ethereum, virtual, a bunch of different stuff. I think this weekend might be a little bit weird, wacky on a 3-day weekend, a holiday weekend. You kind of never know. I'm a little bit bullish, but I still like to short. But ultimately, all I'm doing is looking at the momentum waves on Market Cipher B down here. And I'm telling you, I jumped in these trades so quick this morning. I had to leave the house today, go to appointments and stuff. But I'm just like, say, well, how the hell did you get this top? So, like I always say, you got to learn the rules of trading before you can break the rules of trading. So, certainly, to catch a top exactly like this, I had to break the rules a little bit, okay, you guys? But like I said, because I spent countless hours staring at a 1-minute chart. Now, virtual, honestly, the first time I ever traded it was right here with you guys like a week ago. What's up, Kalichi? First time I ever traded it was like a week ago with you guys or whatever when I first pulled it up here. I never had traded it before, so I don't know this ticker that well other than I was just looking at it and looking at the volatility. And I was like, this ticker is hella volatile, so I want to take advantage of that. That's my style. This is this is a Bitcoin here. This is virtual. So this was yesterday. This one here. Or Wednesday, I should say. Then, this is what it was. We drew this. I definitely wanted to go over this. Remember on the live stream yesterday, I was drawing this descending triangle here, okay? And remember, this is the one pattern. I swear it plays out more than any other pattern, even more than Head and Shoulders, it seems like. Because I don't believe in drawing all these chart patterns and just trading off all those. I've got to look down here at Market Cipher B. But I will say, when things are looking flat and you're not quite sure, this is a descending, meaning it's going down. I swear this happens a lot. Now, granted, we did have some scam wicks here because remember, I got in on this wick and I shorted it down. Okay, I did well. I could have stayed in that short. Oh, that would have been a nice one. But I got in this one right after. I'm talking about look, it says 1700. That's 5 o'clock. That was right after I got off the live stream with you guys. And I keep going, why? Why does this happen? Like, I want to show you in real time, but I got in it and I shorted it down. I got out and I should have just kept it. I knew this was going to happen. I would have made hella money. But then when I'm asleep, all this came rising all the way back up again. And this is why I don't want to go to sleep. Look, I would have got stopped out if I thought I was just going to ride this all the way down. So this is why you got to watch. And so today, this is what I'm going to show you. So this morning, okay, let's see what Andrew's talking about. Long weekends are worse for the dump during the Asia session at some point. If we don't get a long weekend dump on Easter, I think things will start looking good in the high time frames. Yeah, and also, too, there's a difference between when Friday is the holiday and when Monday is the holiday. God, I remember on Memorial Weekend, I was getting squeezed because I knew everything was going to dump, and I was like, oh, my God, we have one more day. And when the cat's away, the mice will play, and that's what I feel like crypto is sometimes on the weekends or during the summer when there's no Fed session or something like that, man. A lot of times the markets pump, and then they come back home to reality after, the authority steps in or whatever you want to call it, right? So, yeah, the weekend – more unpredictable, especially because I'm looking at all these counter trends. Altcoins are not just trading in lockstep with Bitcoin right now. So that's fine. You're going to have to look down here on Market Cipher B on whatever coin you're on. So this is virtual. This is the one I've been trading. It's nothing wrong with sticking to one coin. If you know how to trade it and you're making money, stick with it. You're going to learn the pattern. So that's what I've been on. But I just want to call this out because this descending triangle played out, I mean, exactly correct. And I could have stayed in it. I went to bed hella early last night, but I saw it happen. I posted it in the Discord. And shout out to everybody in the Discord. Oh, I got to say, we're still doing the contest. So, especially for anybody who's new. If you're new to the Discord, there's a contest right now. It ends on Monday, really Tuesday UTC time 0 as soon as it starts. We're doing an invite contest. You can go in the announcements, and whoever gets the most, you go in the announcements. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, that's the win from this morning. You go in the announcements, and it shows you right here the rules of the contest. All you got to do is get your invite link. So there's a drop down from inside the server name. Get your invite link, and then Altcoin Daily in the house. Oh, my God. Austin and Aaron. What's popping, y'all? Man, I was just talking about a contest, invite contest I'm doing. Altcoin Daily in the house, y'all. Appreciate y'all. If this is the real Altcoin Daily. No, they're my homies, though. Shout out to Altcoin Daily. Right on, for sure. Man, we got some big dogs in the house, man. Happy Friday to everybody, too. Good for everybody who just joined. Yeah, we're doing a lot of scalping over here, though. That's really what I'm doing. So first, invite link. It's an invite contest. Whoever invites the most people, you're going to get a one-on-one with your boy, Cassius Cuvée. We're going to go over all of your strategies. One-on-one, look at the charts. No matter what level you are, new to advanced, I got something for you. So let's get in here. We're looking at Breakout Prop, all right? So this morning, woke up hella early. Caught the top of this. I entered a little early here, but the main thing is bankroll management. You feel me? So we want to make sure that we're always protecting our downside. Whatever you're doing, you either have a stop loss or before you enter a trade, you have a plan, which is to come in. Now, what I wanted to show actually is I told you I had to leave today. So I won my trades this morning. It was no problem, right? It was no sweat. Feeling good. Then I was like, I just want to see what happens if I enter this little trade right here. But this is why I always say I like looking at Market Cipher B in real time. Because when you look at it in real time, you can be wrong and still get out and make money. That's why my system is so successful. It's because I have a built-in mechanism to tell you when to get out. If I got to leave the house and Breakout Prop is here and I don't have it on my phone, I can't get out. So this is why I did this kind of as an experiment example just to show you guys. I'm not really tripping. It's not that much money, and I'm going to win the trade. But basically, I'm red on it right now. But this trade in the morning, zoom in on the 10-minute. Let's see. I got in this one, and I got out right here. So it was a quick one. Then before I left the house, I got in right here, and I was like, okay, it looks like a top. I was right for a second, and then this went against me, right? So this is why I like to watch it on Market Cipher B in real time. So I was here. I caught a nice little top here, came all the way back down. Right on, man. The real Altcoin Daily. I know they're my partners. I think they're the real deal for sure. I was just messing with them because I know they got a lot of impersonators. Hell, I got impersonators. I know they got them. So obviously we caught this wick right in my face. Boom, right here, right? No big deal. I did actually I prepared for this. So I actually had a limit buy set already right here because it was at the top of this right here. I said, look, if we go above this, I'll take it. Now, I did have a stop loss set higher. This is here. So I'm not crazy. You do got to have some sort of stop loss because in Breakout Prop, you'll get breached and you'll lose your all accounts. You got to have that. I'm not really sweating it too much, and I'll tell you why. This is what I was looking at. The 1 hour was red at first, and then it turned green down here, right? Now it's starting to roll over. Look, we just appeared. A red dot just appeared right now on the 1 hour, right? A lot of times the first 1 hour wave is not the one that means the beginning of the reversal, especially if you still have these. Technically, this is bullish. If there's still a green dot here, that means this is bullish. Technically, it is. No matter how much you think the red's coming down, technically the wave itself is bullish. So all of these are bullish. So going in early, I kind of knew I was. I don't think this is the top of that full thing, right? I was trying to get a little quick one in there, but again, not wise to do when you leave the house. This is why that's why I close my positions usually before I go to bed or whatever. I like to make sure I'm watching everything. Now, I will say Bitcoin might be going down. And that was what gave me a little bit of pause. Virtual is a very volatile ticker. If it follows Bitcoin at all, then it's probably going to play catch up to the downside, right? Then again, it's the weekend, so you got to be careful. Today is not the weekend technically, but the stock market isn't open. So right now, as you can see, I'm green on this top position here. I'm red on the other one. No big deal. I didn't do nothing crazy. It was kind of an experiment just to go over, just to have something to go over with you guys when I came back on the live stream because I just got back home about an hour ago. So I think it could roll over before I hit my stop loss. I do. However, as we know, especially on the weekend, scam wicks happen, okay, you guys? So wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'll tell you what, I'll probably be watching it, waiting for an entry, because I do think that this is eventually going to start to roll over if it hasn't started already, if this isn't the top, okay? So that's kind of my thought process on this one. I played it so perfectly this morning that if I had stayed in it, and last night, I was like, I would have made so much more. So I was like, let me just see if I can catch this top, even though I would prefer that these higher time frames were, in fact, also rolling over, which they're not yet, right? This 4 hour is good for a tall wick and still going higher, right? However, I don't need to stay in this overnight. Like, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'll be out of it before I go to bed. So when this comes down, where's my take profit? I'm going to watch Market Cipher B to tell me where my take profit is. That's the key. So this is what we're really looking at here. If this does roll over and start to kind of come down like this, right? I'm basically hoping that price follows along with it. Now, if price does not follow along with it and it starts to come back up, I could just exit the trade, even at a loss. I'd rather take a small loss than a big loss, right? Don't try to hold anything. Normally I say don't even try to, if you're scalping, you don't even fight the 10-minute dot that comes in your face. You feel me? Join the markets. You hear that background music right there for sure. Then we're on Market Cipher right now, right? So if you're wrong, it's okay. Just get out when, it's one of my favorite songs too, man. This one's a banger. Just get out as soon as that dot comes in your face. I am a momentum trader. I'm an oscillator trader. I take what the market gives me. You probably have heard that before. Someone said that before. Take what the market gives you. You feel me? I want to look you in the eyes when I say this. Take what the market gives you. I don't believe in just going down on a sinking ship because you believe the price chart is telling you, and I was supposed to hit this marker and this and that. I don't know, man. I don't really like doing price predictions because nobody knows what price is going to do. I'm just keeping it real with you. But this momentum wave down here, this don't lie to you like that, especially the more zoomed in you are. And that's why scalping to me is better. It's better for multiple reasons, but one reason is because you won't get a trade to blow up in your face. So if I had been here, for example, if I had been here this morning or whenever it was, this decided to pump in my face right when my appointment started, I would have got out. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have seen that this was pumping up and I would have just got out. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been looking down here at the momentum waves, right? Like this is it right here. When this started happening, as soon as this green dot hit, I'm gone. I wouldn't even lost a trade. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't lost yet, but basically, and then and then what would I have done? I would have watched it and still probably entered right here on this scam wick. You know what I'm saying? And then I would have probably got out right here because I'm not taking any chances. As soon as this green dot hit here, I would have been out. You see what I'm saying? So the strategy is you basically, if we were shorting, you go on the 10-minute, you're going to go short on the red, and then you get out on the green. Enter here, get out here. This turned green somewhere before this shot up here, right? This is why I want to look at it in real time with you guys, because you can't, like, back testing is kind of a fool's, I won't say it's a fool's errand, you got to back test, but like, it doesn't tell the real story. It's really hindsight 2020. But when you spend as many hours and just days staring at this in real time as much as me on, this is the 1-minute chart up here on Breakout Prop, and this is the 10-minute chart down here, you start to realize, okay, when and where does that dot actually decide to first appear? And that's why I can tell you just from experience that this green dot didn't appear when this was higher than this candle. It's like impossible. Like that just doesn't happen. For this dot to show up, it would have happened somewhere when this was coming down. And for this dot to turn green, it would happen somewhere on the way when this dot came up. So if you're watching, you would just get out before that happened. So either you're roughly break even or, lost a little bit based on like trading fees, but then you're out. So then you would have re-entered here on this red dot and you would have wrote it down. We would have made good money until somewhere on this green dot came back out, right? This long ass wick, you would have given back some for here, would have been annoying, but you keep doing that, and then eventually you catch the big one. Now me, like I said, something like this kind of a scam wick, I'm cheating ahead a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm cheating ahead a little bit. This is when you zoom into the 5-minute and stuff like that. You're like, okay, this big old scam wick's coming. I might hit it on the way back down, and then you catch it. Just because it's epic. You know what I'm saying? But now, where we are now. So how about this? This is a real life scenario, right? I'm in a trade. I'm upside down in a trade. What do? Real life scenario, right? I'm down right now. I'm red. I made a mistake. I fought the green dot that I shouldn't have fought. Okay? It happens sometimes. So could I cut my losses? Sure, I could cut my losses. I kind of feel like this This wick may have been the high right here, but what I'm looking at is a couple things. Number one, off the top, I want to double check Bitcoin as a sanity check. Bitcoin's doing what I want it to do. Bitcoin's going down. Does virtual have to follow Bitcoin, especially on like a weekend? No, it doesn't have to. But I'd feel a hell of a lot worse if Bitcoin was going up and virtual was up like this. You get what I'm saying? Like, if all of a sudden Bitcoin starts to pump and I see virtual start to pump, I might cut my losses and wait for a re-enter. You feel me? I'm actually not down on this. So just so you know too, it's on hedge mode. So it's different. Phemex is different than Breakout Prop. Hedge mode means that you're going to see every position separately. I'm actually in 2 shorts right now in virtual. This one, which is the one that's red, and this one, which is the one that's barely green. Okay. So they don't aggregate them. They don't put them together. But the top line up here, if you click, it took me so long to find this. When you click net aggregation, now it does the math for you, but still both positions are separate. You can close them both at the same time if you click that. Oops. Click it once, it hides it. But if you click the X, it gives you the option to close them both at the same time. Okay, we're not going to do that right now. So they are separate, though. You could go long and short at the same time, too. That's why they call it hedge mode, because you can have multiple positions in both directions if you want. So that's actually like hedge mode. It just doesn't – it gives you the average, but it ain't like Phemex will actually average your size position into like one position. And that's okay. At first, this was annoying to me, but I actually like – it helps me remember what I did. This trade was a different trade than this trade, and why did I do this? And I'm learning on every single trade, right? But this one, like I said, this is why you don't do this. You don't enter trade and then leave the house, because I would have got out right here before I wouldn't be negative right now, and then I would have re-entered somewhere, probably here. So that's okay. Well, what do I do now, right? Damn it, I'm screwed. Well, I'm looking at the 10-minute. Technically, what's the strategy call for the system? We're gonna ride this 10-minute. Oh, let me go back to this trading view. We're going to ride this 10-minute red dot all the way down until we can't ride it no more, all right? We got a red dot on the 1 hour. Boy, this might be the top. This might be the one. This might be the one. Like, retired, wife and kids and family all on this one right here. I don't know. You feel me? Because eventually this is what I'm hoping for / looking for, right? We got a red dot on the 1 hour. Eventually it will turn into a 2 hour red dot. It starts taking a while. The 3 hour roll over, then the 4 hour. Before you know it, you're green as hell on your trade, and all of a sudden you got all these red dots, and the market's doing what you wanted to do. It's coming all the way back down again. You feel me? It's doing one of these. You feel me? Eventually that will happen. Will it happen on this 1 hour red dot? I don't know that. Look, it's already giving back a little bit, right? It disappeared. So this is also, just so you know, there's 36 minutes left in this wave for this candle to close. Excuse me. This is a 1 hour candle, right? This could be red when that comes, maybe not. The dot does not print until the actual candle closes. So it's a good sign that it flashed red if I'm shorting, but it's not a guarantee that that's how it's going to. We got 36 minutes. A whole lot can happen in 36 minutes. That's where we zoom back into the 10-minute, okay? So really now that I'm in trading with the trend, which technically I am because I got a red dot that flashed in the 1 hour, even though I front ran it accidentally, but I did front run it. So my top one is green, about break even. If this starts to roll back over and I start to see, so this is what happens. First, the lower time frames will go. So we got a green dot on the 3-minute, a green dot on the 5-minute will come next, and a green dot on the 10-minute comes next. I could just get out the trade. You see what I'm saying? And I wouldn't really have lost it. I would have lost on this first one, which I should have had no business being in the first place. I should go down here. This first one, I didn't have any business being in the first one in the first place. So we're gonna chop that up to the game. But this one right here, $10, right? If I could watch this, we don't know what's going to happen yet. The strategy says don't get out until the 10-minute dot is either printed or about to come. Really, it's a line in the sand. If a green dot on the 10-minute appears, I got to get out. That's what it calls for, because you never know. A green dot is powerful on a 10-minute wave. Is powerful enough to start the beginning of the upward movement, and that's when you start doing stuff you don't want to do, averaging down, doing all that kind of stuff. You don't want to do that. So, but it's not going to do it hella crazy on the 5-minute or anything below. That's the point. That's how I landed on the 1 hour, 10-minute strategy. Because nothing that's going to blow up your whole bankroll is going to happen on a 5-minute chart. You see what I'm saying? It would have to do a lot of movement. It would have to do enough movement to turn into a dot on a higher time frame, in which case you would get out. That's why I landed on that. That's why I landed on the 10-minute. It really was like the line in the sand. Now, can you front run it a little bit? Like, let's say if I see a big-ass wick start to come on the 5-minute, I might say, I don't like it. It looks like the momentum's turning, and I can get out a little bit early. But, like, the fact that we don't have a green dot on the 5-minute yet, the trend is still my friend for right now. Honestly, I think it's going to be some slow kind of sideways chop because that 1 hour is starting to move over. Here's another thing. So I'm glancing. You can see right here. This is Bitcoin. You see how Bitcoin is starting to go up. So now here's the test. This is the test I'm doing. I'm looking for. This is me testing virtual strength versus Bitcoin. So those who've been in my Discord know that I've got a bullish ticker versus a bearish ticker. I put the bullish tickers, the ones that are relative to Bitcoin, been trading bullish. I put those in there when I see some obvious ones, and same thing, but for bearish on the other channel. Now that Bitcoin is going straight up, but virtual is holding steady like this, that tells me maybe virtual ran out of buyers, right? The fact that Bitcoin's bullish right now, but this is not, it's not just following it, just blindly following it. That makes me feel pretty safe and pretty good about my short. I'll put it that way. If this takes off, eventually probably just, I don't know if it's algorithms or what, but like virtual will probably go up. But then the test is now, this is the test. If Bitcoin decides to turn around and come back down, will virtual outperform it to the downside then? Get what I'm saying? So like we got a little red candle here, just a little red, and already a bigger red here. So that tells me, at least for right now, that virtual is relatively bullish to Bitcoin. For this minute it is. You get what I'm saying? And this kind of stuff makes me feel a little more comfortable, not so skittish, maybe not so afraid of this 5 minute green dot coming. You feel me? Because virtual is looking like it ran out of buyers. See what I'm saying? It's going down. You can see it right here. It's going down more as soon as Bitcoin just went down a little bit. So it's not trading in perfect correlation. It's technically, for right now, bearish compared to Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Maybe we have seen the top. Maybe this was this last scam wick, you know? It kind of did as the ascending triangle thing and blew off top and came back down a little bit. So let's see. Listen, I'll put it this way. I'm confident I'm going to win this trade. I'm confident. You know, I don't know where it ends. I'm going to let Market Cipher B give me that answer, but I'm not scared at the moment. I think this is still a guess. I think I may have caught the top with this one here. We'll see. It's the second red dot, not the first. Honestly, if it was a little bit higher, I might feel better about it. But let's see what Bitcoin looks like on here. See, Bitcoin's trying to roll over, you guys. Bitcoin has got a red dot on the 1 hour, and it's pointing down. You know, look a little bit bigger. So I decided to color in the VWAPs. This is the VWAP. This is what it looks like on the standard Market Cipher. B is the yellow VWAP. I used to just have it as a line, but I decided to color it in. It makes it a little more clear for folks. In the last one, we were talking about, someone brought up the fact that is it like inverted or going outward or inward, and that was basically the VWAP, how it looks on the chart. Right now it's pointing down. It already crossed, but it's pointing down just like the momentum wave. This is Bitcoin on the 1 hour. It's hard to tell with this flat ass price action here, but it does look like Bitcoin wants to roll over. And my thesis is if Bitcoin does roll over, virtual is safe. I know it's been bullish relative to Bitcoin. You can see, right? It's been going up. It's been going up. But Bitcoin sideways, right? But my question, what my thought process here is, it ran out of gas, right? This is a ticker. This is what this ticker been doing. You know, it's crazy volatility, right? I'm like, man, at some point enough's enough. Now, could it go all the way back up? It could. It could. I have to see it to believe it. I'm thinking we get a red dot here on the 2 hour and I'm home free. Not there yet, though. And this is why I always say it's better to be late than early. Because I'm honestly in this trade too early. You know, I should have waited until I got home. This is again, the moral to the story is don't trade until you can watch the charts. That's all. Don't try to scalp. Don't try to get cute thinking your TA is going to be a magic crystal ball. When you get back home, you're just going to be rich. You got a 50-50 chance of winning every trade, y'all. It goes up or goes down, okay? Price is going to go up or it's going to go down. Me, I'd rather be rich than right. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Bitcoin pumping like crazy, virtual stagnant. That's a good sign for me. I feel great about that. I'm not scared. I'm not spooked off my position. If all of a sudden this was giving me one of these, then I might be nervous. It could still. But if Bitcoin wants to, there's a reason why virtual hasn't given me the green dot down here yet. It's not strong. The momentum is not, it's not to the upside right now. It's just not. So that's the scalp. That's where I'm at right now on the scalping. Is there any other tickers you guys want to look at? What are you guys trading this weekend? I look like we got so far in the poll 50-50 on the people that are trading this weekend. I know a lot of folks are like, look, man, it's too low liquidity to trade on the weekend. I don't like the volatility or the unpredictability. I totally get it. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. I say it all the time. Because patience, as we saw today, I wasn't patient and now I'm upside down in a trade, right? Even though I still had a feeling when I woke up this morning that virtual was doing too much. My instincts have been pretty right, y'all. Remember Jasmine? My instincts were dead on Jasmine. That one worked out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Like that one, I thought I could have been dead in the water up here. Almost got stopped out, but up here, remember, earlier in the week. But like, I was like, this shit coin ain't going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? And we got out, and I kind of feel that way. Virtual has been bullish. It has been bullish, so you got to be careful. But I'm looking for what if one of these happens. You know what I'm saying? One of these right here. It might be due for that. You feel me? It might be due for it. Or maybe it's not, and you just catch this move here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. You just catch this move here. Got to prepare for over the weekend. No trades unless liquidity is taken. I feel you, yeah. Oh, and by the way, to the weekend, part of the reason we extended the contest is because the holiday weekend, someone told me they're going to be seeing their family and stuff, and they're going to share my Discord link so they can join the Discord. 1 year for free in the Discord. Make sure you check it out. Community in there. Leave a comment. I'm going to give you a warm welcome. Get your invite link, and then you can join the contest that way. And in the future, we're going to have more contests. We're going to do some real giveaways. So this is kind of just a test run, just to see how everybody's feeling it, see what it looked like. Testing out my admin, see how he does. He's been pretty sharp so far. And basically, we're just going to keep rocking and rolling, man. Crypto Face, he put me on the Market Cipher, man. That's the beat in the background. And, like, everything has been going good since then, man. But for me, the difference maker was Market Cipher B, the blue momentum wave. Because I've always said, I've always known, you guys, I've been trading like hardcore since 2020. I had accounts in 2018, 2019, but 2020 is when I started hardcore trading. And the people, my mentors who taught me to trade this was stocks first, right? These guys were big, old school TradFi guys, been trading 25 years. And we would trade so hard every day. I got a million stories. I'll just tell you one. He's trading after hours, right? The stock market would close at 5 p.m. the after hours. He's like, buy the last share of this ticker for me so that way it'll look bullish when the day ends. Like, we were like, we were trading so damn much. And I was like, bro, you've been doing this for 25 years? But he taught me the game, y'all. He taught me so much. Me, I'm an artist. I'm a live artist. I'm always going to be an artist. I'm going to die an artist. So I had to have some fun with it. I wrote the song Spac Dream. It kind of went viral and stuff. And that's when everyone told me I should make an NFT. And that's how I got into crypto. And I mean, I'd heard of Bitcoin, but I didn't understand the fundamentals of it until that. Once I learned what NFT was, I had to learn what blockchain was. Once I learned blockchain was, I never looked back, right? You didn't have to twist my arm. I wasn't the guy you had to tell twice. I was like, oh, I get it now. So anyways, fast forward, I always knew like momentum is what mattered in trading because I could see Twitter and I could see how things would trading trends, especially with all those short squeezes going on at that time. And I was like, but I never really had a way of measuring it. We would look at different things. He would trade. We would have the order book and he was looking at the order book and things like that. But now that I got the Market Cipher B momentum waves, that was the game changer for me because I can actually see what is going to happen on price because the smaller waves roll up to the bigger waves. So if you see the 5-minute waves here, this is just like generally speaking. Try to watch like the front wave here, right? You see it's a little bit smaller, 10 minutes twice as big. So 12-minute, you see it's a little bit different. It's just a little bit different, but you see they start rolling up into a bigger wave. You see that 24-minute, 30-minute. It's almost the same, but you start seeing it, okay, a little more clear. We're looking right here. The waves start rolling up. You see what I'm saying? So now this 1 hour, all I need is this 2 hour to roll over. Before you know it, I got a red dot in the 2 hour, and then when that rolls up, you have a red dot in the 3 hour. You get what I'm saying? Like the waves, it really is to me, I'm visualizing like waves in the ocean, the smaller waves of tsunami rolling up into a bigger one. You feel me? So that's what I'm looking for when I'm over here looking at Market Cipher B. And that's why I go every day. When I'm in the trade, I'm up and down the time frames. I'm double checking. Okay, I know that I'm taking a risk by being in a short on virtual before I got all these waves on my side. The only one I had on my side is the 1 hour. You know, that's honestly not enough. I usually like to wait for the confirmation. I jumped into it too soon. I said it was an accident. But if I'm right, if this rolls over, which it could, we got a long way down. A long way down here. And so if I were, 100x short Bitcoin, right on. Hey, listen, man. That might be the time. Let's see. Let me tell you something. This is what I don't like. When I see hella sideways action like this is just my paranoia, but I feel like before the down one comes, they give you one of these and then go down just to liquidate everybody on the 100Xs and then come down. So that's the reason why I always like to keep a good enough wiggle room. I will shoot Bitcoin. I will do 80X sometimes. 60X is like my default, 50, 60X on Bitcoin, but I don't want to get scam wicked, you know? So what I like to do is wait till the scam wick comes and then enter. That's my go-to. When you see a wick like this one here, one of those types, that's usually what I'm waiting for. It's like, let's say I wanted to go short here. I want to go short, and then it gives you one of these, and then you see that flashing wick coming all the way up. And, you know, of course, by this point in time, I'm zoomed in. You're like, this is fake. I want it to look like basically like one of these, okay? Especially if you think it's the top, then you go in. That's what I'm doing. And I'm watching it. The way I get these entries are at the top, like the one I got this morning. I was watching this is 3 or 4 in the morning, whatever time this was. Oh, this was the second one, 7 in the morning. The first one was here. What was the first one? I won one hecka early. This one. Yeah, 4:12 in the morning. I won this trade here. Make them look a little bit bigger. I won this trade here real quick this morning. This was the super fast. Because I was watching and I saw the 10-minute and I got in. But you got to watch in real time. It wasn't like I preset this price. And that's kind of my whole thesis is that I don't chase price, man. I'm looking at momentum waves. So this one, if you notice, this is what I want you to notice. I always catch what looks kind of like a peak, even though it wasn't the top, it was a top. This one was a little bit early, but I was overzealous, but I saw this coming a little, you know, I was like, But then I caught this one right at the top. 400x Bitcoin long, right? So basically, I catch a lot of these because I'm watching the 1-minute chart. And the thing is, and this don't have nothing to do with TradingView. When you just watch the 1-minute chart on either Breakout Prop or Phemex, I got Phemex over here. If you just watch it, you'll see how the candles move in each tick, how much it's moving, and when it looks like it starts to slow down. Like you start getting a feel for every tick, how much it jumps, and when it looks like it's running out of steam. And that's basically what happened here. I saw this one turn red, and I just got in. It's pretty much simple. And then I took the quick profit right here. Boom. That's really it, is zooming in. It's patience. Yesterday, I kept saying, hurry up and wait. You got to hurry up and wait. That's what I kept saying. And basically, it's true. Because you want to wait for a good entry. You see, I said this before I leave, and now I didn't have a good entry. But if I had waited, I would have came home, and I would have caught this one. You feel me? So now this is starting to flatten out a bit, but again, I'm not too worried because with Bitcoin pumping and this only going flat, that's a good sign. If this started to look like this, I'll be worried. I'll be worried. I'm literally just watching the price action and then Market Cipher B. So the thing about it is, let me go back to virtual. I don't like setting, this is the perfect example. See, I set a limit order here, right? I caught it on this wick here. I was looking at this right here. Sure, it made sense at the time. But no one can predict price in advance. But momentum, you watch it in real time. That's the moral to the story, man, is watch the momentum in real time. Honestly, I should wait till I get a red dot here, and then I should enter on the next pullback. That's really this is what it's supposed to look like. If you see a 1 dot here, this is exactly 1600. I would zoom in on the 10-minute then. So then at 1600 on the 10-minute, what I'm looking for is price was coming down, sure, because you had to have a 10-minute red dot if you had a 1 hour red dot. And then I'm looking for one more. Oops, let me go back to this. I'm looking for one more. This is the 10-minute, 1600. I'm looking for one more up one, and then I would get in on that one. That's honestly what I'm supposed to do for the strategy. I'm in too early. So I could do it. I could still do it. If price does want to come back up, I could still do it. And I feel safe doing it because I got a 1 hour red dot. That's it. And that's no lie. Honestly though, man, Bitcoin, the way it's trying to pump right now, I don't feel that bad about a virtual short at all. I need Bitcoin to stop pumping. But the thing is, you're going to get a lot of sideways action before you get it to roll over. That's just how it is. Easter Bunny's giving him tips. Trump's giving him tips. This guy got the connect right there, man. Benjamin got the connect on Easter Bunny and Trump and everybody. That's the thing, though. This weekend, though, Easter Bunny and Trump might make an announcement. Okay, you never know. Okay, listen. Listen, that's the other reason I scalp. It's because ain't no telling what the hell is going to happen in the news right now. We're in uncertain times. We got a lot of sideways chop. Zoom in on the chart. If you determine to trade, either you don't trade or you zoom in on the chart. You try to swing trade over a course of a week or something, you either only doing it with spot or you got a long stop loss and a smaller position. Otherwise, if you want to go big money, you're going to have to zoom in because ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what's going to happen. That's basically how I would trade anytime during this chop, especially on the weekend, man. Crypto's been funky on the weekends. Weird on the weekends. Okay, we're looking at the poll. 67% of people want to trade. Listen, you can also take advantage of the volatility too. I mean, I'm not afraid of the volatility. Actually, I love it. So if crypto wants to be volatile this weekend, it's more than fine with me. I'm good with that. I just don't know if I would want to. I don't have any high conviction for a swing trade. I'll put it that way. No high conviction for a swing trade. You feel me? I got to make sure. This is just weird, man. Let me hide some of these drawings. Let me even hide Market Cipher A real quick. This is virtual. This right here, let me go so you guys can see it. This right here was when they listed it on Binance. So that kind of started this uptrend for it, okay? It was doing a bunch of nothing, but so was everything else, right? Caught this wick, decided to go up here. Now we're doing this. The thing about it is, it's not breaking higher than this. In the real world way of looking at this, the question is more money and more buyers coming in to push it above this double top here? My thesis is that it's not. In order for this to happen, it starts with Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have to show me something. And Bitcoin's not showing it to me right now. This is about as sideways you're going to get on Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? Everything else has been more volatility in this. So it tells me the market's kind of sitting around waiting, you know? And sometimes, again, on a weekend, weird stuff can happen when everybody they make something happen. But it's like this. I'll put it this way. If Bitcoin, look how flat this is. If Bitcoin decides to go like this, if it really does decide to do that, or probably wouldn't go that high, but even just a little bit, we'll say even just a little bit. Oh, I'm looking short. On a weekend, I'm talking about. If it does this like tomorrow. But wait until the move is over. The way you know the move is over is you're going to be looking at Market Cipher B, maybe the 4 hour, maybe because it's just a weekend, right? Just a 4 hour. It looks like it wants to go down right here, but let's say it goes up. It could go up, right? Let's say this, I'm drawing a line on Market Cipher B now. Let's say it does go up like that, right? And that would kind of match this price. I'm looking for that rollover. And then I'm entering somewhere there. You know, this is the 4 hour, but maybe I front run on the 3 hour. You know, the lower time frames always show up before the higher time frames. So that's what I'm looking at. That's where I'm looking to enter. Plus, you see this, I drew this this triangle here. Again, I don't love relying too heavy on the price chart. Usually it throws you off. It distracts you from looking at Market Cipher B. However, for confluence is when you see more than one signal or more than one indicator telling you, you know, justifying your thesis, basically. If price decides to go up like this, you see it can still wick over it. But if it does bounce off of here right at the moment that this is trying to turn over, maybe that's a good place to enter a short. So things like that, you know, after you draw your support and resistance and trend lines and things like that. But I just don't want to trade solely off of support, resistance, and trend lines. Okay, right now things are going against me here on virtual. Let me zoom in. I can see it. Yeah, you guys can't see it, but I got it up here. My screen, so this is how I trade, by the way. I like to have it split. I want to have trading view down here, and then if I'm doing breakout prop or Phemex, I want to have them up top because then I can see both at the same time. That's how I have my setup. I have two screens here left and right, but on one screen I've got one above and one up so I can easily see. And it's almost like even if this screen covers some of it, I know you guys don't see it covering it, mine is covering it, I still got Market Cipher B poking out the bottom. So it's almost like looking at trading view up here on breakout prop, but then Market Cipher B down here. All right, so it's going up. Let's see what happens here. We're on the 10-minute. Did we get a 10? And this is why I have this yellow. I had it see-through before because it kind of can block the dots. Okay, we don't have a dot yet. Let's see. On the 5-minute, though, we probably have a dot on the 5-minute. Almost certain we will. Yeah. So we've got a green dot on the 5-minute now, right? So now I got to do some thinking, right? I got some decisions to make. Uh-oh, look like I might get a glitch on the screen. Says stream status is poor. I hope you guys can see this. What's popping? So we got a green dot here on the 5-minute. Not looking too good. You can also see it pumping right here. And if a 10-minute dot comes, it'd be a good time to get out. Come on. Oh, yeah. Internet's going slow for me right now. What happened? Internet failed. Come on, Internet. Come back. Come back. Come back. All right. Right when the trade starts going against me, the computer messing up. The Internet is messing up. What the heck? So we actually don't have a red dot on the 10-minute yet, which is a good sign, even though price is going up. Not sure if y'all can see this because it's telling me my internet is tripping. Okay, we back. So 5-minute has a green dot. Not a good sign. You can see the price action is going up against me right here. The internet is going slow. All right, come on, man. All right, so look, though. 5-minute has a green dot. 10-minute does not. So I'm not panicking yet. Not until the 10-minute is there. Do you follow news on a token you're trading? Okay, so the short answer is maybe. On a lot of the short, the really small shit coins or whatever, not usually. They do have news, but it's like every so often. But I'm not when I'm scalping. When I'm scalping, it doesn't really matter that much. I'm zoomed in so far. I might be in and out of trade less than an hour. I was in and out of trade in 10 minutes this morning. So the short answer is no. However, if something weird happens, you do want to know. So usually the quickest way to follow the news is on Twitter, by the way. That's usually the fastest way. I mean, you can do a Google search, I guess, but Twitter is usually the fastest way, especially on a small altcoin. That's a good question, though, because looking at a ticker like Virtual, we know that it had, when I first saw this, I didn't know why it shot up like that so crazy right here, right? I didn't know why when I first saw this big old wick, and that was specifically because of the Binance listing. So in that case, yeah, news matter. I want to know. Will it have some other new wild, crazy news anytime soon? Not that I know of. I have not done a deep dive if there's token unlocks or anything like that. You can if you plan on holding for a while. I would check the news, But for doing these quick scalps, I really only need Market Cipher B. I don't even need everything on Market Cipher B, to be honest. I'm mostly just looking at the momentum waves and price action. That's it. I mean, I'll put it this way. If the news were to come and go against me that fast, it still doesn't go against you fast enough to stop you out in a crazy, against a 5 or 10 minute wave. This would turn green before this shot all the way up to my stop loss. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't be waiting on a 10-minute green dot. Meanwhile, price has already shot me in the face. You feel me? This would have already have been turned green, and I already could have got out by then. So that's why the system it's the 1 hour trend, especially if the bigger the bigger waves are pointing down. And then technically, you guys, I am trading against the trend. I'm breaking the rules right now. Got to learn the rules of trading before you can break the rules of trading. I'm breaking them because this turned red, but I got in before it turned red. Again, it was an accident because I was gone. But theoretically, I would want to get in on the next. This is when I would want to get in. Maybe it's going to happen now. After this one comes up and then comes back down, that's where I'd want to get in on the next one because the red dot came on the 1 hour. And so now I want to get in on the next red dot for the 10-minute. The 10-minute, of course, is going to be on a red dot if the 1 hour turns red because it always happens first. Then you're going to get a green dot, and then it's going to be like a retracement, and then it's going to roll over. That's the entry point. So, for example, if you guys are following along and you want to do this strategy, not financial advice, but if you wanted to try it, you're not in Virtual yet, you're just watching me sit here in the red like an idiot, what you would do is you would wait. You would wait until this actually went up, and then once the momentum slowed down, then you would get in. Virtual's just uploaded their protocol and their agent ecosystem. Okay, and then how much did that make the price move? Is that what this pump was for? Maybe so. The problem with the news is just because it happens doesn't mean I know how much it's going to affect price action. I will say this, though. If you know that something really bullish just happened, you want to wait till that momentum slows down, right? So maybe you just say, okay, let me ask you the question. What time was that Virtual's just uploaded their protocol agent ecosystem? When did they make that announcement? I bet you it was sometime around this because this looks like a big pump right here. That was noon for me, Pacific time. I wonder if they did it around here. And so now the question is, did it run out of gas? Was that it? Was this the umph in the second follow through? You know what I'm saying? And that's, in reality, I shouldn't be in this trade. I should be waiting right now. So that's why I said for you guys, if you're not in the trade and you want to try to find an entry, that would be how I'd find my entry. I'd wait until now that we got this red dot. And this is for scalping, right? So you get in, get out. But I'd be waiting for this to come up like this. And then when it rolls over, price, who knows what price will do. Price may go higher, may go lower, whatever it is. I should get out right now. You see I got a green dot on the 10-minute here? I should get out. Now, it has not printed. It just flashed. Flashed means it's just showing. And it did that because we got a new candle. So sometimes I'm gonna call that a false signal, but that's what happens a lot. Right at the start of a new candle, you'll see the green dot pop up, but basically I got 10 more minutes before it prints. I have some decisions to make right now, right? Like now I do have to make a decision. Am I going to get out of this trade, or am I thinking that green dot on the 10-minute is just a temporary green dot on the 10-minute, you know? At a moment right now where they had, you know, sure, you tell me they got bullish news. I don't know. Maybe it's not a good time. I'm watching price action still up here. I'm really watching it right here. When I look at the candles, like I like to be this big, to be honest with you. I'm zoomed all the way in this 1 minute. I want to know, and even Bitcoin too, I want to know what exactly is causing what to move and how much. We got a green dot here that showed up just because of this. I'm going to watch this. I want to watch this like a hawk. If this starts shooting up, I'm going to have to cut my losses. I'm going to get out. And not the end of the world. We can re-enter. See, here's the thing. I'm still break even on my opening position. But again, none of these are fake. This is not the strategy because I set these before I left the house. So it's kind of a bad example. But as far as me wanting to enter a trade again, I want to wait until this one rolls. So now we could zoom back in, right? If I was going to re-enter, okay, well, what's going on? Is the 1 minute rolling over? We did get a 1 minute red dot. The 1 minute's rolling over. So what about a 3 minute? Do we have a 3 minute red dot? Not yet. Not yet. If a 3 minute red dot comes, then I might be cool. I'll bet you if we get a 3 minute red dot, the 10-minute red dot disappears. Let's see. Let's see if that happens. If we get a 3, I don't know if we're going to get one. This is why you got to hurry up and wait. This is why you got to hurry up and wait. If this dot turns green, turns red on the 3 minute, well, we know what comes next. But if it doesn't, like it may not, I'll put it this way. If this shoots up above this wick, I might just cut my losses and then we wait for the reentry. Is that a deal? Should we do that? Maybe that's the deal. If it shoots up higher than this wick, maybe we cut our losses. I don't want to set a stop loss. Okay, just one little trick, you guys, on Breakout Prop and even in Phemex. So it tells you the high, which is great, right? It says 0.5838. You don't want to set the stop loss right exactly at 0.5838. You want to set it a couple ticks higher, maybe even 3 to 5 ticks higher, because I don't know why. It's not really a breakout prop thing. It kind of depends on what ticker, but there's like a spread. If you guys know what the spread is is here. You can see it on Breakout Prop when you attempt to enter a trade. It shows you each tick, and then it shows you the spread with the bid versus the ask. That's the spread. And what happens is, if I set my stop loss right at 58.30, this has happened to me so many times. You get scammed with it will literally go right to your number and then stop you and come back down, or even like one tick before it. So anytime I say I'm going to set a stop loss, like this is my level, I'm going to do a couple of ticks higher, just to give you that little bit of wiggle room. Like, no, you got to run through the tape. You're not going to stop me out before we get there. Ruh-roh. What's going on here? It's not giving me that 3 minute. But I will tell you what, times on the longer it goes sideways, well, that's not necessarily better because it's against me right now. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Sometimes, too, I want to refresh Breakout Prop, make sure I'm getting the newest updates. Yeah, see, it was a little bit. I saw this. I was like, what's going on here? All right, let's see. I might could cut my losses on this. I shouldn't even be down right now. It kind of pisses me off. I should only be down this much. Trying to do that experiment. Yeah, this ain't looking so good. And this is why I say it's not good to fight a 10-minute green dot. Because it's more than likely bad things are going to happen. All right, we're going to cut out of this. You give me one more tick higher, I might get out of here. Yeah. Oh, okay, you can see one more. Let me see. It's got to give me 2 ticks. Give me one more tick higher, and I'll cut my losses. I feel like it's going to happen. It doesn't want to shoot up. That's the thing. You see that? It was like, why doesn't it want to go higher? Like, I still think this is the high right here. All right. I can re-enter, though. I should cut out. Play it safe. No big deal. Start this over again. So now, what we'll do, we get to do this correctly now. Okay? That was a bullshit trade to begin with. All right. Now what I'm waiting on this green dot to come up. Yeah, see, it still wants to go. It's not good to fight a green dot. I'm telling you. What's up, all set? Happy Easter, man. Bitcoin hourly closes very soon. VWAP money flow all power pointing down. Yeah, Bitcoin it looks like it's going down. Virtual is the one that's strong, And maybe it's that news or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin leads the market. So, yeah, if Bitcoin goes down, this is why I'm kind of trying to call the top on virtual. You feel me? But I was early. I've been early. You know what I'm saying? I've been early all day, right? We don't have the 1 hour red dot anymore. So we got to wait. That's the real truth. The real truth is you got to wait. We'll go back to the 10-minute real quick. Trying to see. Okay, so now let's see. This is what happens, right? So the 1 minute, I still do zoom in on the 1 minute because the 1 minute got to go before the 2 minute, right? So you can see the 1 minute is going like this. We need to wait until this finishes. Like, you got to let it do its thing. It's annoying. You got to let it do its thing. The 1 minute will happen quick, though, right? Then the 3 minute got to do its thing. Then the 5 minute got to do its thing. Then I'm going to look at entering. That's basically how it works. We got to wait. Oh, and this time I'm going to enter with the proper size position also. It's 20,000. Are those 20,000? Yeah, it would be 20. This is how I get my get back. Now, I'm not going to double it down. I'm just doing, I had two 10,000 positions. And this is the other reason why I always like to get the 100,000 account in Breakout Prop 2, right? It ain't nothing for me to increase this position to double. It's just only 5,800. I'm not even using that much money. I'm using 5%, 6% of the 100 grand. You feel me? And then you can go like that, and now it'll stay up there. So it stays 20. So next time I open it, it'll be 20. Okay? So I'm not doing some crazy double, quadruple down, none of that shit. You feel me? And look, it turned out to be the right move. There's no point in fighting a 10-minute green dot. It's just no point. It's almost always better not to. I was a little suspicious because it didn't show up until that new candle came. And that's why I was like, oh, maybe it's fake. But I had to see if that candle was going to go down, which it did not. So that's fine. We got out. Right now, technically saving myself some money. Oops. Okay, let me zoom back in now. Is that the 1 minute? I mean, there's really no reason for me to go in until I see this 1 minute rolling over. It's totally fine. I'm basically playing for the larger reversal, meaning like even longer, like the 1 hour, the 2 hour. I'm still early. I want this to, I got to wait. I can't be impatient. I want this to roll over. We got these doji wicks, you know, doji candles, I should say, with the long wicks right here. Come on. It's got to wait. This is when you sit down and do your 4 sets of 25 push-ups and just wait. You feel me? Honestly, you guys, this is when you got to do something else with your life, right? This is why I need to make my thumbnails, you know, when you're sitting around waiting. I don't want to go long here because I think we're near the top. You know what I'm saying? Follow. Okay. Best time to catch higher time frame moves towards the weekend. Yeah? I don't know. I mean, the weekend is weird, man. I don't know. The weekend is kind of hit and miss. All I know is that I want to zoom in enough where I don't care about anything macro too much happening. And for that to happen, all I got to do is simplify. The whole entire thing, you guys, I've studied all the other shit, okay? Every other, like, there's so endless amounts of indicators and trend lines and theories and theses when it comes to trading, all right? And I decided to come full circle all the way back around and just simplifying it all the way down. Cut out all the noise, right? Look how many indicators I have up here that I have turned off. And this ain't even a lot. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you start getting hella stuff popping up here, hella lines, and it's supposed to bounce off this line or that line. And I don't even have everything up here. You see what I'm saying? All I got, the only one I got here is a 5-day moving average, which is the gold. Let me turn off all these. And Market Cipher A. That's it. I don't even want to look at nothing else. It's just distracting. So obviously it was the right move to get out, though, right? You see that. It was the right move to get out. It's moving against me. I'm just unfollowing scrubs and trim off the fat. Yeah, man, that's what I landed on. I was like, look, man, I'm cutting out all the BS, all the nonsense. There's a million billion indicators. They got the special secret sauce that's going to make you rich if you just follow this exact formula. Mine, I don't even call it a strategy. It's a system that has a built-in stop loss, and which is saving me right now, if you notice, right? Look how much it's saving me. Look at this. It's saving me right now. This is going on. Hold on, let me put it on here. Right? It's saving me. I got out here. If I had tried to stay in and like, well, I think it's going to roll over. I hope it's going to roll over, and this should have been the top. If I had done that, I would be down even more right now. You see what I'm saying? Just stick to the plan. It's okay if I was down. I was down. The mistake was made. The original sin was trying to do this before I left the house. That was the original sin. Okay? I shouldn't even done all that. I would have came back, and I would have got in somewhere probably right here, and I wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be tripping at all right now, right? So now we just wait. We just wait. I want to wait. I hope this happens sooner than later. I swear to God, you guys, every single time I get off the live stream, it's happened 3 times this week, specifically on this ticker. As soon as I get off the live stream, we get a short squeeze, and I enter at the top, and it drops, and I make money. Except for one time I didn't enter. I just watched it. I'm like, this happens every day. So that's why I'm like, man, I don't even want to get up. It's 5 o'clock. Okay, just hit 5 o'clock. I've been getting off around 5 o'clock. Let's see if 5 o'clock is the magic hour for virtual to do it short squeeze so we can get back in, or maybe it's the time for it to roll over. I swear, though, I'm like, man, I keep wanting to show you guys live. One time, a couple days ago, 2 days ago, I think it was Wednesday, I decided to try to figure out how to screen record. Look, at 5 o'clock, things started going down. I'm looking at this and this and this. So look, we got the 5-minute green dot. I want to see that turn red. We don't even have a 3-minute red dot yet, so I'm still waiting. Probably have a 1-minute red dot, but 1 minute don't really mean shit. 1 minute, you could just push through a 1 minute. It's not strong enough. So the other way I look at waves too, like this. I gotta keep reminding you guys this. The higher the time frame, the heavier the wave. So it's hard. The reason why this was too early, because the 2 hour is a bigger wave than the 1 hour. That waves are pushing up. They're a lot more powerful. So was the 3 hour. So was the 4 hour. So was the 5 hour. This is why I said I was trading against the trend. I didn't have no business doing that anyways. You see what I'm saying? Really, we should be waiting until we have like a confirmed red dot on the 1 hour, 2 hour looking like it's flashing or something, and then like get some wind at your back. In all honesty, like long, it's just I think we're near the end of the move, so I don't want to go long right here. But long is the play right here. I know, right, Ryan? Well, that was what I was saying too. I was like, if I had started the stream 30 minutes later or 30 minutes earlier, because it happened right before I jumped on the first time, and then it happened afterwards too. Yeah, exactly. I need to start the stream later. Exactly, though. But look, though. Look, did I do the right thing by cutting my losses here, right? And you're like, oh, man, I was down. I didn't want to lose that. I entered this knowing that my worst-case scenario wasn't that bad. You feel me? French toaster, what's popping? So, look, but I did the right thing. Now I'm just hurrying up and waiting. I'm waiting. Gotta wait. Gotta wait your turn. It's not your turn, 10-minute green dot. I'm telling you, the only time I lose is when I don't follow the system. Hola, toaster. The only time is when I don't follow the system. You feel me? Give you a pound, my man. Is when I don't follow the system. And today, I just followed the system. Even got out a little bit late. I probably should have got out right when it turned green. Right? If I had gotten out right when it turned green, I would have saved myself even a little more money. But no big deal. Nothing major. Nothing we can't get back. We're going to wait. But just so you know, the main thing is I'm just doing the same size position. I was in 20,000 lots. I'm not trying to get fancy and go 40,000 lots. You feel me? You don't need to do that, and you don't want to do that because you start averaging down. If it goes against you, it goes against you fast. Let me tell you something. It goes against you fast when we've all done it before. This is not a knock on nobody who's ever tried this before, and here's what happens. This is the worst thing that can happen to you. It works one time. So, like, if we had the whole 100 grand and there was no limit that made you cut off. Like, breakout prop, the way it works is you can't lose more than 4% in a day. So I can't go negative 4,000. But let's say they just gave me the full 100 grand, or if it was my own 100 grand, right? I've done this before with 100 grand before. You start averaging down. Now I'm down 6 grand. Well, I got 94,000 more. Now I'm down 10 grand. Well, I got 90,000 more. Let me add on 10 grand worth. You know what I'm saying? Boom. All of a sudden, what was every 2 grand you went negative, now you go on 4 grand negative. And before you know it, you're down 25 grand. You're like, what the hell am I doing? And now you're stuck. And now you have a lot of decisions to make. And now you're over here wondering, did I make a mistake? What am I gonna lose all my money on this one trade? And that is why I like breakout prop. It makes you trade with the trend. You can't do that. You're gonna automatically get breached. But it helps me have some perspective to say, look, I don't need to make back this little money I lost. I don't actually need to double down and try to get out on some quick little move. I just need to wait until I'm doing a good trade. And when this momentum goes in my favor, which maybe it's going to be stuck here. Let's see if it breaks through. If it goes in my favor, all I do is put back on the same position. I'll catch it. I plan on catching the whole move back down again. You feel me? So, and then maybe I won't, and I'll just take what it gives me. I shouldn't even be down right now. I don't even want to count that. Because I wasn't doing the system. But if you keep doing the system, ultimately you're going to bat a bunch of singles, and those 4 singles are going to equal a home run. It makes it so much easier when you have discipline for the system. Look, I got out here. Let me show you. I got out here. Down, right? But what if I had held that all the way here? You guys would be watching me like, this fool don't know what the hell he's doing. I would be red as hell right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, son. I'm not trying to go down with a sinking ship. That's what you don't want to do. Because if you lose all your money, you're out of the game, bro. And again, I'm trading against the trend, which is a no-no to begin with. God damn it. I need, like, honestly, probably like 2 hours, if I had to guess, to confirm that this 2-hour wave rolls over. You feel me? I would need, it takes a while. A 2-hour wave, every candle is 2 hours. It takes a long time before this really starts to roll over. You could take a short right here and say, look, man, this moved really far, really fast, and it's bumped up against its head right at support, resistance. You could enter a one. If I was gonna put it to you this way, if I was gonna enter the short right here, then I would go back down to 10 grand. I would do half if I was gonna do that. I would do a half size position. If I really was gonna try to gamble on this being the top, I'd only do half, and I would have to wait and see. But I don't really want to do that. I want to wait. I need to do the strategy. I don't say I feel pressure, but it's like while you guys are watching, I want to enter a damn trade. It's so whack to sit here and watch it, but honestly, that's what most of the time is waiting. I'm not in a trade more times than I'm out of a trade. I'm mostly just watching and waiting because I want to catch this move, or in this case, if it was long, I would want to catch that move. I don't want to trade that sideways slop over here in Bitcoin, whatever the hell it's doing. I want to wait till a trend emerges. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. No rush. You let it come to you. Right. So Ryan, yeah, you could do a long. I don't know about a long at this exact moment, but theoretically, yes, the trend is up, so we should be going long. I think we're near the end of the trend. I don't like chasing. I would have done that. I should have, I could have done that down here. Let me put trading view. I would have done that down here when this dot first occurred. Now that this happened, I'm like, well, I don't even like entering at the middle. I want to see the beginning or the end of the play. Like I want to wait till the trend reverses and then start the strategy, because then I can get in and out for like hours maybe. Once that 1 hour rolls over, I can do this a bunch of times. You feel me? Just like we could have done it a bunch of times on the way up. If someone had done this on the way up, they could have bought every dip. You feel me? Because why? The trend was going up, right? The trend was going up. All right, everything's shit in the bed now, so I could have gotten in there, I guess. But that would have been a gamble. But that's a big wick. A big candle down. But look at Bitcoin though. Something told everything to crash just now. Why? Let's see what the dots are looking like. So this is one of the situations now. Yeah, you get a pullback now. Maybe I will enter. Let's see. Like this got to be a green dot on the 3 minute. Come on. A red dot on the 3 minute. Everything's going down. What I don't want to do is chase this and then it shoots back in my face. Man, that's a quick move right there. But it hit that double top. That could be the double top. Bitcoin is shit in the bed. I wonder what was their news right now. Anybody? Wow. Interesting that this 3 minute hasn't turned. Let me refresh this. Well, my internet's been going slow and been tripping lately. I don't understand. That's an epic one. But now it's stalled out. Bitcoin, it had its. This is what happens. You go in like this and then you chase it and then it shoots back up in your face and you're like, oh, why did I skip the strategy? Let's see. No, this wants to go down. Wow. Well, if I re-enter, I'll be entering right back where I was before. It's not the end of the world. Hey, we got that. Okay, we finally got that. Shit, I want to enter now. I know this is going to roll over. Oh, but now look, Bitcoin's going back up. Bitcoin, I don't know what happened here. Bitcoin just dropped like crazy. And now it looks like it's done dropping. But virtual dropped along with it. That might be the top of virtual. We could re-enter here. Let's see here. I don't like it. I want to see a 5 minute come up first. Oh, the 1 hour red dot reappeared. Well, if I re-enter here, then that's fine. It's back where I was before. We know we're going to get a red dot. How many more minutes? I was about to turn right now. Oh, yeah, so now we got the red dot on the 5 minute. I'm up to that now. I mean, obviously, that was a big drop. That's what virtual does. So when I'm cheating ahead, I might have taken it a little bit early, but we're gonna let's just play it safe, stick with the strategy. So all that happened is I got back out. I got back in pretty much where I got out. No big deal. Now we're in it. So let's see. So I front ran the 10 minute a little bit because that price action was going crazy. That's looking like a double top now. So let's see. So now we're almost picking up right where we left off at, which is fine by me. That's where I wanted to be before. So let's see what happens. Of course, now Bitcoin's going back up again. Is this the top? We're not going to know for a while. Not going to know for a while. Now Bitcoin's shooting back up, but virtuals is not. Man, just sit here all freaking day looking at this shit. Let me see. We got a text message here. I got my landscaper outside. I got to go pay him. Let me see here. I want to see which way this breaks. We got to see if we break out of this. If this little zone here, you know what I mean? And we're going to break out. It didn't break out. It got rejected right off the previous high, which is a good sign. Right? I could have, if I was just doing a regular play like I was walking away from the computer, I would have set my stop loss a little bit higher than this, in which case it would not have hit. So I would have been okay. Be right back to where I was, which is fine. But I'm looking at this red dot down here. And that big candle reminds me of this candle. You know what I'm saying? Which went down. And then, of course, went back up again. But yeah, we got a red dot in the 10 minute. All right, so let's just see. Let's let it ride. So we got in on the red dot in the 10 minute, and we're looking at, okay, so check this out. We got big price action, right? On the 10 minute is looking like a fat scam wick right here. So check this out. We got big price action on a small momentum wave. Okay, y'all? That's a sign of this. So in Market Cipher B core strategy, or Market Cipher core strategy, when you look at Market Cipher B, you're looking for an anchor wave and a trigger wave. This is not exactly that because these have been up here, but you could say that this was the anchor wave, this last dot, and this was the trigger wave, which is the smaller one. So we are kind of following the core strategy. Like if you were to enter here, that would make sense on a 10-minute wave. Now, you want the backup time support, of course. So we just now got a red dot showing here. It's got another 46 minutes before it prints officially. The 45-minute print, it is this flat-ass wave. And I can always say, well, you guys, when you see a flat wave like this, it's almost always going to be another spike up. I'm telling you, it happens a lot. But this is a shorter time frame. It's usually when it happens like the 12-hour, and I'm like, hell no. So let's see what we got. Let's see. If this breaks down, like let's say if Bitcoin, I mean not Bitcoin, if virtual breaks below this line, below this low, this last low, that's a great sign. If we make a new low here, that's a great sign. That means this was probably the double top, and boom, we're on our way. Let me see Bitcoin real quick. Because it really did make that move at the exact same time as Bitcoin, which makes you think it's mostly like just algos running it. Look at this sideways chop, man. This is why I'm like, I don't trust this weekend. I feel like anything could happen. This could break up or it could break down. I mean, if I was doing a swing trade. Yeah, Bitcoin now has a red dot here on the 2-hour. Right here. Still not real convincing. 3 hours looking pretty damn convincing. What's the 4-hour look like? 4-hour. There's smaller waves. See 5-hour. You see they roll up into each other. 6-hour. They get a little bit smaller. Now the 8-hour has got basically an anchor and a trigger, which is, so I always talk about this too. On the 8-hour, the 8-hour wave is usually the one that kind of signals a reversal, but it's not the first dot. You'll get a little jump on the first dot like we did here. And then what happens is you get a retracement. And I caught this. I got this entry at 75,000 exactly on Bitcoin. It was perfect. And I rode that bad boy up. I think I got out at like this line or something because this candle moves so far so fast. But this time, it wasn't that powerful of a move. It looks like a double top here and here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Looks like a double top here and here, which correlates with the red dots on Market Cipher B here and here. But then you got this little one that theoretically could be a trigger wave. It's not exactly a bearish diversion. I mean, a bear diff because of the fact that price didn't go higher. But it does show me that momentum has slowed down. I don't know, man. I think we're going to have sideways chop this weekend. A lot of bullshit. But again, that's why I'm not really trading Bitcoin. I'm trying to get some volatility by trading this coin. That's what I'm trying to do. And I feel like this pump here and this pump here was its two big pumps. That's what I feel like. Since it had that Binance listing. That's what I feel like. And so we'll see if this is this next pump ain't going to be as high, just like that Bitcoin 8-hour wasn't as high of a wave. Like if this rolls like this, it takes a long time to get an 8-hour wave to roll over there. Like we won't know that until tomorrow, really. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see, so the 4-hour is still going up. This is still going up on the 4-hour. This is technically still going up. We got money flow going up. The VWAP is starting to go down. Let's see with the 3-hour. Oops, VWAP is starting to go down on the 3-hour. But these RSAs are high, though, guys. I would love to see them rolling over. But, again, I'm trading mostly off the 1-hour. Again, I'm trading against the trend, technically. I need this to go down. I need these RSIs and all this shit to point down. It's going to take a while. And I don't got the time to sit here and just and wait the whole time with you guys. So this is what I'm going to do. As a protection for myself, I'm going to set a stop loss above these wicks, okay? The reality is I would want to sit here and watch this, but I can't right now because I got to go pay my landscaper and shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a stop loss, say, a little bit above here, and we see how much money it is, how much it'll be, right, if I lose. Stop loss at, let's see what 59.20 would be. 196 is a little more than I want to lose. Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit more here. Say it's 59 even. Let's see. I'm early on this trade, which is what pisses me off. I need to wait. When I say early, I mean I'm early on the momentum waves. I really should just be waiting for a confirmation to the downside, like a 2-hour wave at least, giving me a red dot. It's really what I really want. I'm trying to call a top early here. I'm trying to also do some, kind of be in a trade for the live stream. That's what kind of started this. Is like I want to have something open, but because I keep on missing it. You got every single time I cut off the live stream, then the damn thing does exactly what I want it to do. So now I'm waiting. I think that's it, though. We're going to have to see. If it goes above this, I'll get stopped. No big deal. Eventually, this will roll over, and eventually I'll jump back into short unless I just can't, unless I don't see it. No big deal. You always live to trade another day. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm not risking any supremely large amount of money because I won't need a supremely large amount of money if this is the top. If this 4-hour wave, if we get this dot rolling over here like this, all the way down. You see what I'm saying? So it's not even really that big of a deal. And I might hold it if it does that. You know what I'm saying? If I think I caught the top of a 4-hour. So I'm near the top of something. I feel like I'm near the top. I just wish it wasn't the weekend, to be honest with you. The weekend shit is what makes it kind of wacky, especially on a ticker like this. That's why you got to have a stop loss. You got to have it. Because this ticker, it could easily do another scam wick like one more level higher easily. Much better to have the stop loss. Don't even worry about it. Look here. On the 10-minute, the money flow is coming down. This is starting to come down. I mean, to me, this looks like it could be a double top. You know what I'm saying? It really could be. This really could be the top. I just can't confirm it because that 1 hour is just barely turned red. Barely. I need this green RSI to take it over. So the purple RSI is more, it's calibrated to be like more volatile, or it's, I don't know. It's like, however they make it so the smoothing is not as smooth, right? So this green one pointing up is honestly a bad sign, right? You want to trade with the trend, and I'm not trading with the trend, which is why I hate doing the wrong thing as an example on the live stream because I don't want new traders to get it twisted. I am not following the exact strategy. The exact strategy would be to wait until there's confirmation on the way down, and then we enter. I am early. I want to definitely stress that so people don't. And I'll say it's a bad habit of mine is going in early and late because when you trade, when you watch charts as much as I do, you know what's about to happen, but like you pre-anticipate it when in reality you should wait for it to start happening and then you go in it. That's really what you're supposed to do. But when we know what's going to happen, you kind of cheat and then you do. But here's the thing, just in my defense, bankroll management, okay? I don't have some obscenely large position that shows like my my high conviction that this is the top and it's going down. I ain't saying all that. You see what I'm saying? So what I have is a position size that's not going to get me wrecked. That's very important. I don't care what strategy is. The strategy I'm using, the strategy someone else is using. You got to have some bankroll management. You got to have some sort of way of saying enough's enough. I'm not going to take a L right here. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we did. We showed the discipline. I got out here. I would say this was a move that happened, honestly, so fast that, you know, this ticker moves fast, but it happened faster than Market Cipher B could catch up. So I entered it a little bit late. Sure, it's a little bit late, but you know what? No big deal. I'm back to where I was. I'm not going to sweat it. Maybe a couple bucks less. You know, I'm green $22 right now. You know what I'm saying? What did I lose? I lost 22 bucks if I was going to be more accurate. This $100 one was a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I was before I left the house. But no problem. We're down $122 today. That really ain't shit when I got a $100,000 account. You feel me? So in order to make this back, I only got to get to, let's see, I can do the math. So this is how you do the math too in Breakout Prop. You're going to go in here. You're going to go to your take profit. Okay. So this is what's cool too. They can show you the different percentage. You can go by price, or you can do by pips, which is ticks. How many ticks? Or you can do, let me make it Breakout Prop a little bit bigger. So you can do by price. You can do by pips. You can do by projected, how much money you're going to make. So let's say, how much money do you think I'm going to make? You can also do by percent of balance, which I don't usually do that. But this is good because you know, like you got to know, okay, for example, you got to get 10,000 before you lose. Well, if you're already funded, it doesn't matter. There's no limit to the upside. But let's say you're on the eval right now, right? You're like percent of balance. I could say make this 10% and I could make the bottom one, my stop loss at minus 3.5%. And that would be of your whole entire balance, okay? So that'd be a pretty big move, right? Now, I'm going to do it on projected loss, right? So take profit. So because I just want to know how much do I got to go to get back to the 120. I like calling the net close, right? This was the fees right here. I lost 118 basically, but let's say really it was 126. So let's say if I want to make 126 bucks, like what would be my breaking even for? It wasn't break even for the day because I actually made more money earlier this morning. That was also the other reason I did it. I was already green for the day. I was already winning this morning. I was doing great this morning. When I was watching it, when I wasn't watching it is when I wasn't doing great. So let's say that tells me that the price would be 0.5759. Where the hell is that? So I could just actually put it in real quick. That's only to here. That's only to here. That's nothing. I could easily get down to here and I'll be break even on this. You know, that's fine. Hell, I'm almost there. Halfway there, right? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I could definitely get to there before this hits. If this is the top, I don't even want to do that. I'm just showing you like that. If that was there, then let's say, okay, so if I was going to take a set of take profit, I'm going to walk away. We got a stop loss I'm going to keep here. I could move this down and we'll say about here, which would be $242 profit. And that's, you know, that's right here. So is that, oh, I can't really do it like that. I got to do it like this. Oops. Come on. You know, that's somewhat of a support line where you're looking at. I'd say that because I'm looking at the top. I don't really like doing TA on Breakout Prop. I'm looking at the top of these wicks here and the bottom of these wicks here. That's where I'm kind of getting that number from. Or maybe a little before this little fair value gap, you could call it, right here. Maybe a little bit higher if I want to set a take profit and just walk away. You know, something like that. I think that's a reasonable place. The other reasonable place would be up here, which, you know, be about back at break even, but it'd be at this level here, maybe. Again, I would like to watch it and watch it on Market Cipher B is what I would ideally like to do. But if you're going to leave, you either say no take profit at all, which I could do. I just let it ride. If I think I caught the top, I caught the top. Or take profit so I can get some money back. I'm probably going to let it ride. I hate taking profit too early when I think I'm near the top of a trend move. I may not be near the top, though. I may be early still. This is only the beginning of a red dot here. This is not a guaranteed top. And the reason why you take profit is because look at this right here, right? Was this the top? I made money on this short. I remember I made money on this short in this morning, right? And not all the way down, and sure enough, it still shot all the way back up again. So that's why I'm like, okay, I probably, before bed, I'm out of this trade. I'll put it that way. I'm either stopped out or I'm taking profit. It'll probably be like, I don't know, here or something like that. You feel me? Something like that. If I can get down to here, yeah, give me my money. Because I don't know if it's going to do this and do this. But I would be watching Market Cipher B, but if I'm asleep, I can't watch it. So, like, you know, it's one of those situations where you set the take profit just so that you don't, you know, like lock in the green. Would have been nice if I had the balls to go in early. I didn't want to set a bad example. I probably would have in a half-size position. But it's all right. Stick with the strategy. Stick with the system. You slave to the system, you master the money. I swear. If you slave to the system, you master the money. All right, Ryan, man. See you guys. You guys have a great weekend. I'm still going to be doing this tomorrow, 4 p.m. every day. Remember, we've got the invite contest. If you're in the Discord, please go in there and get your invite link and share it with your friends. And whoever shares the most by Tuesday wins the prize. And also, too, if you are on Breakout Prop, I have the discount. That's my referral affiliate link, but it gives you a discount. So when you go to purchase the evaluation, you put in GGRF7W, and then that way you get your discount on Breakout Prop. And anybody watching this who's not in the Discord yet, you use Phemex. All you got to do to join and get 1 year for free in my Discord is use my Phemex referral code and to create an account. And boom, all you have to do is put in your user ID, and you get verified. Otherwise, it's $99 a month. So anyways, man, appreciate you guys. Also, you guys have a great weekend, man. Things are going my way right as I sign off here, so let's hope that momentum ends right when I end the live stream. Real quick vote. So it looks like about half of you guys said you're gonna be voting on the weekend. Quick vote though. Should I keep this take profit right here? It's worth how much money? Let's see how much money it's worth. $224, which gives me back all my money that I was down. $224. Should I do it, or should I actually let it ride and just take it off? What do you guys think? Should I keep the take profit on, or should I remove it? Close if you need. Okay. The risk versus reward ratio makes sense. I might leave it. I just feel like this is one of them tickers that I feel like if it wants to do, it'll go far. You said take profit. I feel you, bro. We're going to leave the take profit on for right now. If it comes close to there and I think that all of a sudden this is the big move, because you got to understand, if this does come down this far, we might be getting to the point where now we are starting to have a red dot on a 2-hour. Oh, there it is. The red dot is on the 2-hour right now. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this might be the top, because what comes next? The 3-hour. And if the price decides to come all the way down, I like having both up. If the price decides to come all the way down to here, we might have a red dot on a 3-hour, you know? Depends how long it takes to get there. That's the thing. When people say, the reason why I can never give price predictions, because I always say, depends on how we got there. Depends on how we got there. You know what I mean? How do we get there? Was it a news pump? Was it an election? Like, what was the reason that the price got there? Did it happen hella fast? Did it take a long, slow grind? Is there a lot of liquidity? You know what I'm saying? Depends on how we got there. So, like, yeah, if it shoots straight down like it's trying to do right now, look how it's trying to do right now, I probably would take the profit. You feel me? Look, at this rate, I'll be here in 5 minutes. Okay? Look, you guys already almost made back all the money I lost. I'm up 124. I made back the money I lost right now. I'm already green right now. Check it out. Look. Price already coming back. I'm already green. You see what I'm saying? It happens that fast. That fast. As soon as something starts rolling over, you know what I'm saying? We got a 2-hour red dot. Everyone's like, whoa, what happened? You know, but look where it stopped. Stopped right about here. Let's see if it breaks through this real quick. I ain't getting off this yet. Shit, we're too close. If we have one of those volume things on the side, like people have sometimes down here, you know, we would see that this is where some of that liquidity would be. It'd be sticking up a little bit higher because you can see all through here. All right, French Toast, see you, man. Thanks for joining. And thanks for everybody who's been rocking with me this whole time. I know we're going longer, but, man, we doing a damn thing, man. I told you it'd be kind of boring watching this. I wish I had gotten in correctly. I wouldn't have lost here, but that's all right. You take some chances. Am I in a trade here? Oh, I forgot. I am in a trade in Phemex, too. You're riding with me. I'm in Phemex trade, too, by the way. It's not as much money, but it was more just for the percentage. So Phemex, what I did was I set the limit where I had the higher limit one. So I didn't go in on Phemex here like an idiot. I didn't set my one here. So I'm up right now 22% on my Phemex trade right now because I caught this one here. So this one we can let ride. And then Phemex, by the way, you can turn it as a setting. You can turn on so it shows your liquidation amount. It's kind of like having that. I don't even have a stop loss on this. Shit. Oh, yeah. I should have had a stop loss. But I don't have a stop loss. It's not that much money. So Phemex is there. Breakout Prop is here. Things are going in my direction. Did we just stall out? We're stalling out right on this one level of support. Oh, it's trying to go again. Zoom in, son. Oh, Bitcoin just pumped. It's having a lot of action right now is what's going on. I just feel comfortable about it, you guys. Like, man, getting that 2-hour red dot makes me feel good. But it's not going to go straight down. That's not going to happen. It's not going straight down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have some ebb and flow. This is already 2 big, nice waterfalls. You know what I'm saying? On a 10-minute, you can see we got a blood diamond here. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 nice waterfalls here. You're going to have some get back, you know? How much get back? I don't know. But that's why if the 10-minute rolled over, I would take my profit. Look, remember how much, as much as we thought it was when it went on the way up here, it just gave all that back down too. Would have been nice if I just gotten into the top here. I could have taken the risk on the double top. I'd be sitting pretty right now. That's all right. I do that sometimes. I will do that. What ends up happening is I did that like here. I did that here on this one. And it was no big deal. It looked like one of these I did. Oh, I did it here. Excuse me. I did it here. It's no big deal because if you do that, you do a smaller position to be safe. And then you can add to it. And before you know it, you got a nice position. It's not too crazy, but it's enough that when the move goes your direction, you make a lot. All bankroll management, you guys. This is what it mostly comes down to, man. Honestly, there's a lot of strategies. There's a lot of indicators, but it's got to have a way to protect your downside. It's got to. You got to do it. Because if I was wrong and what if this kept going? You know what I'm saying? That 10-minute when I got out here, this could have kept going. Like, this didn't necessarily have to reverse right here. This could either be hovering around here and then go higher again. You know what I'm saying? In which case, I would still be in that trade just way underwater. Double underwater. You know what I'm saying? And then you start wondering, what do I do? So it was okay. We got out. Look, no problem. Got back in. You feel me? No problem. Let's see. It stalled out a little bit. It got us moved, but it's like there's selling pressure, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some selling pressure happening. This is its highest wick, and it dropped all the way back down to this lowest range. Either this is the new range or it wants to punch through. I'm not so worried about it hitting my stop loss right now. To be honest with you, I'm just not so worried about it. You're gonna have to show me some genuine strength and not a scam wick to hit that stop loss. We're 2 levels down now. That's not gonna turn around that quickly. You know, look at these RSIs down here on the 10-minute. I know it's just a 10-minute, but they're pointing down like a mug. Right? They weren't even pointing. Look, okay, compare it to here. This right here was pretty good downward, but this RSIs were not really doing that much. Now they're falling off a cliff. They're pointing straight down. You feel me? The VWAP wanted to go up, and it's like, back down. Okay, now I'm watching Bitcoin move. So let me see here. Let's see what it does compared to Bitcoin. It's still not uber bullish compared to Bitcoin. It's not. It's just not. Like, Bitcoin is bearish, sure, but it's not. It's holding up, but it's not like when Bitcoin goes up, it just shoots up double or something like that. It's not doing that. It's not in a great correlation with Bitcoin, but it's somewhat. I see a lot of damn red. It wants to go down, I think. I really do. I mean, of course, that's what the waves are telling me too. Let's see the 1 minute. So the 1 minute, okay, eventually you're going to slow down. The 1 minute don't mean shit, but look, when I got a 1 minute with no dots, I'm not getting out, bro. Like, you got to give me at least a dot on the 1 minute for me to get out. Unless it was just like such an epic quick candle, and you're like just trying to catch the bottom of a ridiculous candle or something. But that wasn't that big of a waterfall. So technically the momentum is to the downside. Let's see this 1 minute we got. Oh, the 1 minute's about to roll over right now. All right, we got a new candle coming on the 1 minute. Come on, 1 minute. I want to see if it prints. Still going down. I want to see if the 1 minute prints a green dot or not. Bitcoin is trying to go up right here. But nothing crazy. Just a couple big moves. Try to make the candles the same size, and then you can kind of get a little more feel for it sometimes. Okay, so yeah, we got the green dot on the 1 minute. Let's see the 3 minute now. Okay, well, now I want to turn around a bit. Let's see. So now is when time's on your side, right? You want it to go sideways. You don't want it to go up, right? You want it to go long enough. This is what I want right now, right? Like, it's done going down for a moment. So this is what I'm watching for right down here. The 1 minute to do something and then come back like this. Even though this is a 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? I zoom all the way back into where it goes down. Well, the 1 minute, okay? because I need the 1 minute to do that first before the 3 minute can do it, you know. 3 minute green dot flash, but it's gone now because this little movement right here. So that's what I'm saying. I can start to predict when the dot will come based upon how much the candle moves. And then you start getting that balance. Like, okay, well, if this many more moves, and then the 5 minute dot will come, and then this many more moves, the 10 minute dot will come, and then if I think this whole thing's gonna reverse me, I'm gonna get out before the 10 minute move, which is possibly what I could have done here, right? I could have got out. I could have got out here maybe, right? Remember the 10 minute first came here and we watched it for a second. I could have just got out on the 5 minute and wait and see, but I was already in kind of deep. I was like, we'll see. Shot up. Glad I wasn't in it this whole time. Because here's the thing: if this was a much larger amount of money and this is breakout prop, you know, you could get breached just on this move if you were already up to your neck or something. You know what I'm saying? So better to keep it safe, and this is why I'm not close to getting breached. Although I probably, now that I know this ticker, would be using a probably double-sized position, right? So if 5,800, whatever it is, how much is this? $5,700 worth of it, $5,800 worth of it. Probably would be comfortable using $10,000 worth of it. It's only 10% of my portfolio, and if I stuck to the strategy, I would be cutting my losses before anything would be catastrophic, you know? All right, well, we're going to let this ride out. I got to go see what's going on outside. But that's pretty much it. All right, we're going to really wrap it up this time. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. This is pretty much into my third week. Tomorrow will be the last day of the third week. I started 3 Mondays ago, and I've been trading for years. It's been a long time coming. I am finally live streaming. I'm dedicated to y'all. I knew once I started, I wasn't going to stop. So it's taken me a while to get going because I definitely wanted to make sure that once I was dedicated and committed to y'all, I didn't leave y'all hanging. So I'm in the Discord every day. I respond to folks in the Discord, respond to people who leave comments under my videos. Appreciate any comments, feedback, any suggestions. In the Discord, there is a section for suggestions also. And so if you have any ideas or anything that you think would be cool, we had some advice or suggestions from other folks. Now I've got an area in there for brand new people to see acronyms and things like that so they know what we're talking about in the Discord and just trading terminology. So anyways, man, appreciate all the love and support. Have a great weekend. Hopefully you have some good times with your family or whatever you're doing out there. That's pretty much it, man. Peace. Signing off from your boy, Cassius Cuvée, man.